So welcome to our second podcast. Casey, got two Casey
Hi everyone, so welcome to episode 2 of our podcast. So I'm Jason, we've got Sijo as well and Georgian behind the camera. Yeah.
So guys, Georgian is going to make an appearance on episode 3. But I just want to say firstly, thank you for everyone who watched the last episode and gave us feedback. It means a lot that you've taken the time to listen to us. Hopefully it's going to get better and better from here. So yeah.
I think the first episode was more of random topics, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
But the second one will be more focused.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit like more subtopics within that topic itself.
So we watched the last episode back and we realised that it lacked a little bit of structure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And again, it is a work in progress. So
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today then?
So today we'll be talking about health and fitness. I know you're very very much into fitness yourself.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of insight into all this.
I wouldn't say I've got a lot of insight. I just think that like we picked these topics, so health and fitness, and we'll go on to culture and identity later on as well. But we picked these topics because there's a lot of things that we can talk about in these areas and how it relates to us. I'm not an expert on fitness, but I'd say I'm on my own fitness journey. And obviously how it relates to me and my lifestyle is individual to me. And we thought we'd talk about it because I know Jason probably has his own kind of views on it. So what does your like weekly fitness routine look like? How does it kind of link into your lifestyle?
Well, currently I work a job that is mostly remote, so I'm working from home. So it's basically a sedentary lifestyle. So I think it's mandatory that I go gym.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to go 4 times a week. I've been trying to 3 to 4 times a week for the past since I started work. I've been doing that. So that's like 2 years in now. So like on the gym side of things, I'm doing all right. I think it's the diet and the food plan that I'm lacking. So that's why I probably need advice.
Okay. So do you feel like the level of exercise that you do now, and the amount of times you go gym and stuff, that means that you're healthy?
I wouldn't say so.
Why not?
Because I think food is the main factor of health, right? What did you say?
I suppose, but then it depends on how you look at health and fitness or the lifestyle. I don't think everyone can go to the gym, depending on like your income and like where in the world you live and stuff. So I don't think everyone has access to the gym, but I think being mindful of fitness, you can still lead a lifestyle where you are generally healthy. Whether that's kind of like going out for walks, or kind of doing other things where you're active. So just having like an active lifestyle, and I don't think that necessarily means going to the gym. But I think the way people view fitness and lifestyle right now, everyone thinks, oh yeah, if you're not going to the gym, you're not fit. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I still think food is because I've already like established that I need to go gym, and I've kind of got into habit of doing that.
Yeah.
So gym isn't really like a big issue for me. It's the food
Okay.
and the diet plan. So I eat like a lot of sugary stuff.
Yeah.
Which obviously that's going to clash with. It won't make a big impact if you still go gym.
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like diet has a big part as well.
You've cracked one side of it, but it's the second part that you're struggling with.
Yeah. Which is the hardest.
Yeah. Why do you think that's a struggle though?
Well, tasty food, innit?
Fair enough.
And also Indian food.
Okay.
That's a big factor.
No, I get that.
Indian food, obviously, there's no protein.
Yeah.
It's just just rice.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's just rice, and like you get small portions, like in curry. It's just like one portion of chicken. That's not really much.
I think it's so interesting you say that because like I'm a little bit older than you, and I feel like I was in the same position you were in at your age, but I went through a phase where I got PT. I paid the PT money, and I had to follow a plan. And paying the money kept me accountable to stick to the meals that I had to eat like measuring out the food, sticking to the workout plan. Like you said, it wasn't hard for me to go to the gym because I enjoy working out. I enjoy going to the gym. But then again, it's the discipline of eating properly. That was the hardest part.
Yeah.
And I think when I did measure my meals out, when I did stay on track of how much I was eating, is when I saw the biggest difference in my body. And the main thing for me is once I saw the difference, I realized, okay, like this is the difference between looking the way you want to look and just going to the gym for the sake of going to the gym. But then again, it depends on what your like ultimate goal is. Like at the time, I wanted to look a certain way because I was just like, this is just, I feel like I'm going to the gym, but it's not really having a huge impact on how I look.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out myself, which is why I got a PT.
Yeah.
But then you might not have the same goal at the moment to look a certain way. You just want to lead a lifestyle that's a little bit healthier than maybe right now. Even if it's like the impulse control of food.
Yeah.
But once you see the difference, like you'll understand why it's important to really control what you eat. So now I don't think I follow like a strict meal plan, but I'm more mindful in how I eat. So at the house, like there's a lot of rice, there's a lot of curry, there's a lot of carbs. So just be mindful of lowering the amount of carbs that you have, but taking in more protein. So yes, there's chicken curry. You don't have to have the chicken curry with rice. You can have the chicken curry on its own. Or just to pick out the chicken pieces. So like there are ways you can combat it, and like you said, in like an Indian household, it can be offensive to mom if you don't eat the food that she makes. So if you set yourself a target, if you set yourself a goal, and like you're determined to reach that goal, everyone around you will respect you being disciplined. And I think that's what happened at home for me. Like, yes, mum was upset that I was, not eating her food, but at the same time, I'd have a cheat meal once a week, and that would be mum's food. And she actually appreciated the fact that I was being disciplined, and I was doing this for me. And to be fair, like that routine and that structure, like made me a better person as well. So that's another thing, another reason why I think fitness is really important. It's a way to keep yourself accountable and give yourself the opportunity to grow.
So when we come to food,
Yeah.
what would you say is the most healthiest food out there that anyone can have every day?
As in like breakfast, lunch and dinner? Or just like...
In general. Like something you can have in the morning, whenever really, in the afternoon.
See, I would say that like you have to look at what are you eating right now? What's your diet right now? And it's more about like cutting out the things that you know are not beneficial to you. So you should always think of it in a way where you should still be able to eat the foods that you like, but in proportion, and be mindful of the foods that are not beneficial to you. So what does your diet look like right now? Like breakfast, lunch and dinner?
Me?
Yeah.
So this isn't really an advice because I'm not perfect when it comes to diet and food. So I have two food, like
2 meals.
two meals a day.
Yeah.
So I have one at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So I don't have anything in the morning.
Okay.
I just have eggs. I have 6 eggs.
Oh, fair enough. So a lot of protein.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't know if it's not helping me, but I have 6 eggs because I really like the taste of eggs. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Because I had a lot of spices as well to my
Right.
eggs.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have that with baked beans.
Yeah.
So I do that every day,
Okay.
and then just the normal Indian food. Like once I'm back from the gym, that's like around 9 or something.
So do you so the food that you have when you come back from the gym, if you were to like calorie count or look at the level of protein or like carbs and stuff in that food, would you say that's a healthy amount, or do you feel like you eat because you're hungry after the gym and you eat a lot?
Well, because I only have 2 meals a day, I feel like I make the most out of it. So I kind of like eat a lot.
Yeah.
Because like I should like space it out.
Yes.
That's the advice I've heard is the right way to do it. But what I do is 2 big meals,
so
like
less
frequently.
What if you got hungry during the day? You have 2 meals, but then what if you got hungry before the eggs, or even after the eggs, you want a little bit?
I still snack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't advice to anyone. Obviously.
This is me being.
This is like I'm not perfect when it comes to food, so I need. Obviously, you're kind of good with food. So
I try my best.
I need your advice.
Because I saw a difference in my body when I was following a plan. I think that just stuck with me. So like even if I'm not following a strict plan, I know that I'm not going to wait until I'm hungry to eat because I will eat out of control.
Yeah.
So I try to like you said, space my meals out. So I tend to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or even if I'm not having breakfast, if like some days I skip breakfast and I have it later on in the day, but I don't eat to be full anymore. Like I don't eat until I'm full. I eat.
So you leave some space.
Yeah, and to be fair, what I've also realised is when I was back at uni, I'd eat food like I'd eat so much food that I'm just full and I don't know what to do afterwards. But since controlling what I'm eating and how much I'm eating, I feel like my stomach has got smaller, so I get full a lot quicker. And
I've heard that as well.
Yeah.
Sorry for putting you in. I've heard like you go like physically get smaller when you eat less. Do you think that's true, or is that just a myth?
I mean, for me, that's true, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is like an actual medically known fact about it. I feel like I can't eat as much, and I get full quicker, and that's actually a lot better for me and my body because I feel like it's easier to break down. It's a healthier kind of routine to be in with food as well. My advice would be to stop the snacking. You could always have healthy snacks like fruits and nuts and stuff is a good option. And really space out your meals. So when I was on a plan, I'd have 5 meals a day. I'd have a pre-workout meal, workout, post-workout meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Actually, I'd have six meals. So dinner, and then a snack before I sleep. Right. But all of those meals are like measured out. So I'm not eating a lot of food every time I eat food. Okay. I'm eating enough to keep myself sustained. And I think the key is like over time, you slowly reduce the amount of food that you intake, and then you become, you end up being in a calorie deficit, and that's when you start to see like a big difference. And in that time, I felt like I was stronger, like I was doing really good weights in the gym.
More energy.
Yeah.
As well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard when you eat more food, you feel less. You feel more lethargic.
More lethargic or less?
More. Like,
Okay.
I feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
When I eat something and then go straight to the gym after having like heavy food, I can't like lift as much.
Okay.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why.
I always find it better to have like a small snack before gym.
Yeah.
And then eat after. This is just like my opinion on it. So like PTs out there might disagree. I worked out what works for my body, and I'm still working out what works and what doesn't work. Having a PT, like following a meal plan, following a workout plan, I saw a difference, and I feel like, okay, this worked for my body, and I've carried that through to now. It's just about kind of maintaining it and being consistent.
So we've covered food. When we come to actual physical exercise.
Yeah.
So I said I go 3 to 4 times a week. How many times do you go a week?
I try and go around 3 to 4 times as well.
3 to 4.
But then I like to do like other things like football maybe, or like running or something, some kind of other cardio other than just the gym. Yeah,
and you go to the sauna as well, don't you?
Yeah, sauna like maybe twice a week as well. It's quite nice. But yeah, because I think sometimes it can be boring going to the gym and doing like push-pull legs or the same exercises.
The same just routine, yeah.
So I started to do like kettlebell workouts. So it's a lot more like functional stuff. There's a lot of different kind of movements. And what I really like about kettlebells is that like you get a full body pump at the end of it. Yeah. So you feel like you've burned a lot of fat, but you're also working your muscles, and you feel a good pump.
Yeah. Same with them. You did a bit of. You started doing calisthenics, didn't you?
I was just doing pull-ups.
But that still counts, though.
Right? I guess
that's like the starting point of calisthenics.
Yeah.
You're trying to do chin-ups as well. Oh, sorry, not chin-ups.
Like muscle-ups.
Muscle-ups, yeah. But you're nearly there with it.
Almost, but it's still a long way to go.
Yeah. So I guess you're like you're into that beginner stage of doing calisthenics.
I suppose, yeah. But I don't want to say it because I feel I'm not consistent with it. Sometimes it is easier just to go to the gym and lift weights or do kettlebells. Calisthenics, I guess it takes a lot more like time and a lot more effort. Yeah. And sometimes I just want to do the basics rather than like put that extra effort in, I guess, to learn that new thing, because it is off-putting because you don't get it straight away, and like no matter how many videos you watch on how to do a muscle up, it's not that simple. It's quite difficult. Yeah,
there's a technique to it, isn't there?
Yeah. We'll get there eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you feel like your that your gym journey is going? Like, do you feel like you're happy with the progress you're making at the gym, and what kind of impact does going to the gym have on your kind of daily life?
So when it comes to gym, what I've noticed is there is slow. Like my progress is kind of small. Like it's kind of slow. I mean, sorry.
Okay.
So I don't take protein powders and creatine. I used to, but then I kind of stopped. So I just take it fully from protein, like home cooked food, so like eggs, chicken.
Yeah. As long as you can be mindful of what you eat. I take protein powder. I take creatine.
Yeah, but I think it's crucial though, isn't it, to take creatine and protein powder?
Yeah, I think it helps. For me, it helps, but I don't know. I don't know if it's crucial. If your goal is to build muscle, then I think it definitely is. But if it's just to kind of sustain and maintain a healthy kind of lifestyle, then I don't think you need to take protein powder. I think you can just go to the gym, do cardio, and eat mindfully. Then I think that way you can still.
Yeah. So I think with me, I'm just maintaining the muscle right now because
Okay.
I'm not taking like the full required protein intake. So I'm taking eggs, chicken, but I think I still need extra, and that extra can come from protein powder.
Okay.
But because I don't take it, I feel like I'm just maintaining the muscle. I'm not actually gaining muscle.
So other than like going to the gym, lifting the weights, and then feeling a difference in your body or getting the pump, do you feel any other effect on it, like in your daily life?
Yeah, so it's definitely like made a structure to my life.
Okay. Yeah.
So like after work, chill for a bit, and then go to the gym. It creates like a routine. Obviously, like you said, it does get boring. Like when you do the same things over and over again, that's when you have to kind of spice it up.
Yeah.
Kind of add new workouts to it.
Yeah.
But if you look overall, it does create like a good structure
Okay.
to like your daily life.
What
That's a
would,
positive impact. It's a positive impact because I feel
Yeah.
good like before going and after going.
what would you say to someone who's kind of struggling to get make the time or get out to be able to kind of do that?
So I think it's a habit.
The World Health Organization recommends that you should spend 150 to 300 minutes exercising moderately every week, going for a walk around your block or something like that. And that's just through that, not strength training. And they actually recommend that you should do 2 weight training sessions a week as well. And this is to reduce the risk of early death. To someone who's struggling to make the time, like that to me is like quite a significant fact.
I think it's crucial. Like going like if you especially if it's like a 9 to 5 job where you're sitting at a desk, you need to be moving about. It's even worse if you're working from home, like me. Like you're just at home, you're not even walking about. So you definitely need to be weightlifting or walking.
So we spoke earlier about growing up in an Indian household was a little bit of a barrier to trying to eat a certain way, trying to be a certain way. When I did a bit of research, I realized that actually children who are migrants, they experience a lot of tension, like culturally. Do you feel like you've ever experienced a conflict in culture, being from somewhere and growing up in a different country?
Yeah. So originally, all of us here, me, Sijo, Georgian, we're all from India. So specifically, we're from South India, from a state called Kerala. And we all migrated to England at a very young age with our parents. So there definitely is an identity crisis that each one of us has gone through at some point in our life, even if no one wants to admit it.
I came to the UK when I was 8, so I was in school in Kerala. I really missed India when I first came over. I mean, I still do. I still see India as home, but I feel British in a lot of different ways. And we had a really interesting conversation last week about like if you were to ask me like, how British do you feel and how Indian do you feel? And for me, I think it changes because like say if I've just come back from India, then I feel more Indian than British. Whereas right now, I would arguably say that I feel more British than Indian because like you surround yourself with like British culture, like everything that you do, your job, the people that you interact with. It's just when you come back home, you speak Malayalam, and even now sitting here, like I feel like should we be talking in Malayalam because like part of me feels comfortable doing that, But another part of me feels like we can't speak Malayalam as proficiently as someone, as a kid who's grown up there and is still there and is like become an adult there.
Yeah.
So then like, there is that conflict, and there's like I constantly feel like there's like a battle where I want to be closer to my culture, and I feel like I am, but then when I go to India, I feel like, oh wait, I'm still a little bit kind of different.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel different?
Yeah. So I don't think, especially people who like in our eyes.
Yeah.
So people in like Indians in England, Indians in the US,
Yeah.
they don't truly fit into a society. I know that's that. I think that is the harsh truth, because when we go to India,
Yeah.
they like we're not fully accepted as like true Indians, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean, because we grew up in another country.
And you're always kind of stuck in the middle a little bit. Like
Yeah.
in some spaces, I feel like too Indian in like in a place where there's a lot of British people,
Yeah.
and then I feel too British sometimes when I'm in India and I see something. I feel like, oh, that's not right, or like that wouldn't be the way it is in the UK. And I feel like there are a lot of positives about that. I always see India as like kind of Kerala anyway, as that paradise, a place where I want to go to retire. And honestly, I could see myself kind of living there. You correct me if I'm wrong. Like, for example, my brother, like, he might not feel as comfortable going there and like interacting with people. Like, for example, like finding your way, getting a bus to like from here to like central London, or like from here to like somewhere in Leeds or something like that. It's so much easier because you're brought up here, English, you can read English, you can write English, you can speak proficiently. But in Kerala, you'd struggle because you can't read what's on the bus.
I've gone through that situation before. When I was in India, I can't do anything by myself because I can't read or write. I can speak Malayalam really well. I can't read or write Malayalam, and like some reading boards, like like train station, bus station. I can't read anything, so I have to rely on someone. Speaking is fine, but there's only up to an extent that's going to be helpful.
Yeah.
But
do you feel like, as someone who lives in the UK, when you go back to India, do you feel like you benefit from some of that, or do you feel different when you're there, or do you feel like people treat you differently
in India? Really, I mean, if I'm being honest, they do treat you differently, but in a good way. I'm not like trying to say it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because like we're only there for not long, so they do treat us kindly.
See, for me, it's different. For me, it's different because I think when I go back to India, like I've just become a freshie, kind of. I feel like I can, because I came here when I was a little bit older, when I was 8. I feel like I kind of constantly feel like I shift the way I am and the way I present. So then I have like a British version of myself.
Yeah.
Where I talk in English or like I act a certain way, whereas when I'm in India, I'm like very different. Like I feel like more of a local. I have a funny story about this because I went to India a couple of years ago, obviously for my wedding, and a couple of my friends came over and they were staying in like a really like bougie hotel. And I drive in India because I use like an international permit to drive. Yeah. So I drove our rental car and then went to the hotel, and I was dressed pretty casually, so I had like shorts, like a shirt, like a loose shirt, and I was wearing chappals as well because it's just hot and comfortable to drive in chappals. And I went to the hotel, and obviously they let me park and stuff, and I got out of the car and I was about to walk in, and I was speaking in Malayalam into the hotel, and they were like, "Hey Mota, where are you going?" As if like I don't belong there, and I was like, "Damn, that's a bit." I felt a certain way, and.
But how would they know you're not from India?
If I spoke English.
Well, you spoke English?
No, I didn't. I spoke Malayalam. So like, if I'd spoken in English, they treat me completely differently.
Right.
So when my friends came down, and I was like, so then they saw and then they let me go in. My friend was saying that like, if you speak in English, they give you a different level of respect. Whereas if you're speaking in Malayalam, it's they kind of treat you as a local, so like on the same level.
Yeah.
But then like people who speak English are kind of put on a pedestal.
You're on a pedestal, yeah.
Yeah. So like what you said about being treated differently and benefiting from
that
is totally true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know when people say that like some countries are kind of racist. If I'm being honest, I feel like India can be racist to like their own people. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
that is the reality in
Yeah.
India.
even something like your skin color. So I'm slightly darker, and people who are more light skinned, they get treated completely differently. They
Yeah.
get treated much better. They get more respect, and I think that's like the ultimate. That's racist.
Even in the
isn't
film industry,
it? Yeah,
like they only select, like if you look at actresses, they select the light coloured
yeah,
actresses, even the actors as well.
yeah.
They like there's favoritism when it comes to like skin colours.
Do you
But-
think? Do you think that's ever going to change?
I think in North India
Okay.
it's still a bit
Yeah.
like backwards,
Right. Okay.
but
yeah.
like in the South it's very progressive now.
Mm.
So the South is like very like leading to that westernized
Yeah.
side of things.
But do you feel like that's because a lot of people from the south actually go abroad? I think people in Kerala are the most literate in
Yeah.
the whole of India.
Yeah, that's a crisis in Kerala right now.
Yeah.
In the state itself, there's pretty much no youth. They're all in like the UK, Canada, and it's all old age
Yeah.
people in Kerala right now.
The reason why a lot of these younger people, the reason that they go abroad is so then they come back, they have a better life, but surely because and also like I don't think they get offered the same jobs that they would, same opportunities that they would, and if people like us are going back there and we're getting put on a pedestal, it's probably having an impact on society where they probably feel like there's so much better opportunities elsewhere. This where I'm staying at home, it's not really really going to benefit me in the long run.
Yeah, I feel like many people have lost hope in the there's no opportunities in India. Even if there is, there's too much competition. If you look at engineering or just any profession, even outside there is competition, but there's more chance of success if you go outside of India.
Yeah.
Or unless you like top 0.1% in India
Yeah.
to succeed.
I mean, it makes me feel really grateful for my parents because we're in such a privileged position where we are.
Yeah, definitely.
And without their hard work and stuff, like we wouldn't be like
Yeah.
here.
Truly grateful to our parents.
Yeah.
Like they went through all the hardship
Yeah.
coming here. Like there's a big language barrier
Yeah.
with like when it's like the first immigrants coming in. So like they went through all that. It's fair play to them.
And do you feel like the people who are trying to do the same thing now, do you feel like they're seeking the same kind of rewards that our parents have gained, or is it harder for them, do you think? What's different now than it was back then?
Well, coming to the UK is totally different to what it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
If you look at like the government itself, they've introduced so many visa barriers.
Yeah.
So it's much harder to come in now because pretty much back then one of the main ways to come into England was just know English and just understand the English culture. But these days, everyone knows English in the world. Everyone in India knows English, so there's no competition.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, there is there's like everyone knows, so like anyone can just come in.
Okay.
So
Why do you think there are not the same like kind of opportunities in India as they are here?
just too many people.
Too many people.
I feel like
Yeah.
India's the most populated country in the world.
Yeah.
So that's
See,
a big factor.
I look at Kerala and India, or Kerala specifically, and I feel like there is a lot of opportunity there. I feel that maybe I'm being naive, but I do feel like there is a lot of opportunity there. Like you said, it's a lot more progressive than a lot of other places.
Yeah.
And
It's abolished. It's the first state in India to abolish poverty as well.
Yeah.
So that's a really big success.
And if I was
for
looking
India.
at Kerala as like an investor, like a business person, I would think like it's a good place to invest because there's a lot of the population who are now actually spending their money. They're using it to like better themselves. Like we spoke about fitness before, and it's like a huge growing trend in Kerala. Like there's so many people who are like mindful about their fitness and like taking it more seriously. Whereas before people were just happy being sedentary and just living a certain lifestyle. And I was talking about it earlier with my wife about how a lot of people who are in the UK now who came as students I think they're going to go back and like become business people in Kerala because like you learn a lot of skills from being here.
Yeah.
And I think us.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry, after you.
I was gonna say like us as people who have been in the UK like have that have we've kind of got two sides of the same coin in terms of like being close enough to a culture where we long to go back and having the security to be here for as long as we need to be here.
Yeah.
I think that's like a really, really lucky position that we're in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also feel like behind all of this, the growth of like social media and what people around the world have access to, they are automatically kind of looking up to that and wanting that from their own life.
Yeah.
And that has also led to a lot of people kind of chasing those opportunities, such as coming to the UK, going to the US, going to like loads of other countries to seek out these opportunities. And ultimately, like, what do you think that's doing to like younger people? I know you mentioned like how there's an aging population in Kerala, and there is no youth there.
Yeah.
But then, do you think at some point all of these people are going to return, and when they do, what are they going to do?
I think everyone feels like the only way out is to go to these developed countries, so like England, America. But I feel like if there's opportunities in India, that's the best way to move forward.
I genuinely envision a future where Kerala will be like no other state in India, where there are going to be so many opportunities for so many different people, and eventually, I think we see the start of it now, where a lot of people are going to be drawn back. And as someone who has come from Kerala, as someone who's kind of living in the UK now, like I've always longed to go back. I don't know if you agree that but for me, like I always long to go back. But again, it's just like weighing up, like, is it financially smart? Is it like going to be good for longevity? But I want to envision a future where it will kind of fulfill all of us to be able to go back to the place where we call home, and really kind of benefit being there.
I don't know if you've noticed. So like since the start of the 21st century, a lot of Malayalis went to Dubai, and the Dubai we see today is practically built by the Indians. Many people don't really know that. If you look at all the British people who are living in Dubai currently, many people are not aware that Dubai was built by Indians. That although it was financed and designed by the UAE government, the American government, the lot of the labour came from Kerala and India, like India as a whole. So I feel like Kerala's. We mentioned that a lot of Malayalis go outside. A lot of people, I'd say 70%, like a big percentage of the UAE population is Malayalis. And I've seen that when I went to Dubai. It's filled with Malayalis.
That's quite significant.
Indians as a whole, like one of the most hardworking people in the world. I think it's just the government has to change. Obviously, BJP's doing much better now.
Okay.
But there needs to be we need to somehow utilize that skill that the Indian workforce has, and use it for the better for India, instead of like using everyone's just going outside and like helping the other nation out. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, like ultimately, like individually, people are benefiting from going abroad.
Individually, yeah.
Individually, but then collectively,
nation,
it's the nation that they're going to that's benefiting. If what you're saying about Dubai being built by the hard work of millions of Indian people or Caroline, why are we not recognised for that? I think it's such a...
It's kind of sad because the Indian people have put so much effort into the country. They don't get much credit for it.
In India, like the gap between the rich and the poor is so big, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Even anywhere in the world, like even in the UK, like the gap between the rich and the poor is getting bigger. But somewhere like India, like it's night and day.
Yeah, even in Mumbai, like the rich live in one area of Mumbai, and right next to it the slums. You can see the slums. Like you can see the difference. So like there's the rich and the poor divide in India is a big fact, is a big thing.
Yeah.
The only way is for people to stay in India. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but if people keep flocking to other countries,
Yeah, I think like the government needs to kind of recognize the work that people are doing in India or even Indians outside, and really like celebrate those people,
yeah,
and reward them for what they're doing and encourage them to stay.
yeah,
So we've spoken about a lot of things on this episode, and I just want to close by saying that if movement helps us cope and identity shapes how we experience the world, then maybe health isn't just physical. Maybe it's about being able to exist fully. And many of us live between cultures. So why do we still act like identity has to be one fixed thing?
I don't think it's not. It's about embracing both cultures, and I think many people have done that, embraced both cultures. It's the only way. There's no use being in a country and not assimilating with the society. So we've seen that in many scenarios in England right now where people just stick to their own group, and like personally, I believe we should be assimilate. We should be like not be segregating ourselves and assimilating with the society that we're in. What do you think about? So this is going off topic. I just want to know your opinion about this.
Yeah.
What do you think about when we're out in public in England? Obviously, we're Indian. We're not. Let's talk about like other nationalities as well, like Pakistani or Indian. Like when we speak other languages in front of like the public, do you think that's like a bad impression on like? Do you think we should stop doing that basically?
There's times when me and my friends have spoken in Malayalam, just because it's like a code language. Like if you can communicate with someone in a certain way where you don't want someone else to know what you're talking about. But I do feel sometimes in certain situations it can come across as a bit rude. Like I'd feel like if I'm standing with a colleague or standing with you, and then two people from a different ethnicity are talking between them, and they're looking in my direction, your initial instinct is, what are they saying about me? Or like, what are they conspiring?
Yeah, I think it's kind of rude, don't you think? Like when we speak in another language, when we're in, like we've seen so many like stories about it.
Yeah.
Like I know, like it's our language, but like when we're outside, shouldn't we like assimilate with the society that we're in and speak in English?
Yes.
Because right now, currently, in England, I've heard there's many people who don't know English.
Right. As in, like people from different places.
Backgrounds, yeah.
So they choose not to speak English and they just speak their language instead.
Speak their language, yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't agree with that. I don't think. I think if you're coming to a place, like you should assimilate with that place and you should accept certain aspects of the culture, definitely the language.
Yeah.
In order to be able to communicate properly, and not just stick to your kind of group of people.
Yeah. Because it keeps it like there's like like if you're segregating yourself, it doesn't leave like a good impression. It's just.
Yeah, and I think what it does is like causes a lot of division within society, where people feel like certain groups in society just stick to themselves, and I guess ultimately that's what leads to like things like hate crimes and conflict.
That's where all the recent protests like 2 years ago. I think all of that came from hatred towards that ideology of like, the far right. I think that's what they hate on.
Yeah,
they hate on how many people don't assimilate with the society. Like if you look at Tommy Robinson, he's just spoke about it. He's not actually gone and done anything about it. Well, what is he really meant to do though?
I feel like the only solution to live in a society where everyone's views and opinions and different beliefs and stuff is accepted is genuinely by not forcing anyone to come out and engage in a conversation, but just being mindful and respectful that they exist. And if you come across that person, then being open to what their beliefs are and educating yourself on what it is that they are, where it is that they're from, and like actually taking an interest in it. before judging.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Not taking someone else's word for what they take to be the truth. Like finding out what your truth is by doing the research and educating yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about being educated about it. Yeah.
Because I think every person, as an individual, has a capacity to be good or bad. And I don't think you can judge a group of people and just think that that individual automatically belongs to that group. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. And yeah, please give us your feedback again. And we'll catch up again next week.
Yeah, so hope you guys all enjoyed it. This is our second episode, so I think what do you think about this whole?
I think it's good fun. I like engaging conversations like this.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got the eagerly awaited introduction and appearance of Georgia next week. So
A new face will be appearing.
Yeah.
For the next one.
Hopefully.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll come back again. Thank you.